Good afternoon from BBC One. In a few minutes we'll be showing another of our celebratory interlude films from BBC television's past. It's one which should appeal to children, and it was first shown in 1971. It's called Gooney Birds Taking Off. Now on BBC One we're showing a children's interlude film which was first screened in 1971, all about Gooney birds taking off. In 3 minutes, Play School, followed at 4:45 by the famous spinach-guzzling cartoon sailor, Popeye, starring in his all-new show, and with his amazing bursts of strength he manages to provide some fantastic gymnastics. News Round with John Craven is at 5:05, and finally at 5:10, Paul McDowell, Suzanne Dando and Nigel Starmer-Smith set stopwatch in motion with one of the world's greatest all-round athletes, Daley Thompson. Until then, or rather until Play School, some music which may be familiar to any of you who remember children's newsreel. It's called Holiday Spirit. Now on BBC One, it's time for Play School, introduced today by Carol Leader and Chris Tranchell.
A house with a door. Windows 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to play? What's the day?
It's Thursday. Hello.
Hello. I'm looking for something to make a bridge.
Now, what would be useful for making water to go underneath the bridge? Need some plasticine anyway. Now, we've used that for fields. Some material. Hard to rip. Well, this would be quite good. Foil, because it shines and shimmers a bit like water. Brown paper. Tissue paper. That'd be good. Right. I'll use these to make a river on the model. Tear a strip of foil first. And the river can come through here, down from the mountains up above the town and into the sea. Another bit of foil. into the sea. Now, strip of tissue. Put that on top of the foil and it'll perhaps look quite like rippling water. Curl it round. Need a bit more. Now I can rip that bit off. Stick it down with a bit of plasticine. There's the river going down into the sea. There's a bit more of the foil and tissue left, so I can make a pond for the ducks to swim in. Bit more foil. And a bit of tissue. There you are, ducks. Now you can have a swim.
See if this will make a bridge to cross the river.
Oh, yeah.
I've cut some of these boxes up. Don't know quite what height pier we need to get across the river. Do you think that's the right size? No, a bit big. I think the smaller one will be better. One there, one there. I've got some lengths of card from one pier to the other. And some corrugated cardboard here. Go across to the lighthouse. And take these away. And this can come down to the road. Now people can drive from the lighthouse to visit people living in the town. Or drive right round to where the ducks live. The poem this week is about places where people live. It's called Cottages Old. Here are some pictures. Cottages old down the end of the lane. Tall blocks of flats. Narrow streets, all the same. Homes with gardens, front and back, all have doors which open and shut, and windows letting in air. A place to eat, a place to sleep, for those who are living there.
Ducks swimming about on a pond. You can pretend your fingers were ducks, make them swim, bob about. 5 little ducks went swimming one day, over the pond and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went swimming one day, over the pond and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went swimming one day, over the pond and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went swimming one day, over the pond and far away. Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. But only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went swimming one day, over the pond and far 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks came swimming back. In the story today, there are 2 people sitting by some water, not swimming on it. But first, I'll swing these ducks over to the clock. It does look grand today. Do you know what time it's saying? The long hand's pointing straight up, so that means it's something o'clock. And the short hand is pointing to the number 10. So today the play school clock says 10 o'clock. What's underneath it? A town square.
Today's story is called 10 o'clock in the square, and the toys are going to help me tell it. It was Saturday, and it was lovely and bright. Just the sort of day for dozing by the riverbank, waiting for the fish to bite. Tom and Charlie had arranged to meet at 10 o'clock in the square. At 10 o'clock, Tom was there. Ah, good and early. I'm always prompt. The only trouble is, Charlie is always late. Ah, Mr. Milkman. Excuse me, have you seen Charlie? No, I haven't seen him. There's a nice pair of trousers in the shop just before the square. If Charlie arrives, tell him I've gone to buy a pair. Right, okay, buy a pair. Fine. As soon as Tom had gone, Charlie arrived. It's 10:05. Well, a bit late. Never mind. Oh, Mr. Milkman, have you seen Tom? Yes. Now, he had a message for you. It was, let me see. Yes, it was to say he'd gone to buy a pair. Buy a pair? I suppose he's gone to the greengrocer's. Off Charlie went. As soon as he'd gone, Tom came back with his new trousers wrapped in brown paper under his arm. Where is that Charlie? There's gonna be no room left at our usual fishing place. Oh, dear me. And it's getting later and later. Mrs. Postman, if you see Charlie, could you tell him I've gone on to the bank? Pardon? What's that? Gone on to the bank. Right you are. As soon as Tom gone, Charlie came back from the grocer's. Phew. I must have missed Tom at the grocer's. Oh, Mrs. Postman, have you seen Tom? Yes. He said he was going to the bank. I thought we were going fishing. Oh, well. See if I can find him there. But Charlie didn't go to the sort of bank that Tom meant. He went to the bank where you save money. And Tom had gone to the bank to fish. The riverbank. Soon, Tom returned from the riverbank. Oh dear, the riverbank's getting really crowded. Where is that Charlie? Oh dear, it's getting later and later. Oh, Mrs. Window Cleaner, have you seen Charlie? No. Oh, well look, we were going fishing, but we'll probably have lost our space by now. Look, if you see him, tell him I'm going to sea. Going to sea? Well, I hope the water's warm. As soon as Tom had gone, Charlie came running back. Oh, have you seen Tom? Yes, he was here a minute ago. He said he was going to sea. Going? Going to sea? What on earth has made him go to sea? I thought we were going to the river. Well, I'm going fishing on my own. By the river. But when he got to the riverbank, who should he meet but Tom? They both had quite a lot of explaining to do.
In any town square, there's always lots of different shops and all sorts of other buildings. Can you remember some from the story? What about the clothes shop? Now, what would you do in a clothes shop? Perhaps you'd be like Tom and try on a pair of trousers. Try on some with me. In go the legs. Now the other one. Ooh, bit tight. Ooh. Do them up. What about the other shops? What about the greengrocers? What would you do there? Buy some fruit, perhaps. How about a banana? How would you peel a banana and eat it? Have a go. Like this? Put the skin in my pocket, otherwise somebody might slip on it. Now, what about the bank? Have you ever seen people in a bank counting lots and lots of coins and putting them in piles? Have a go with me. Slide them off the counter, first of all. Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right. Pile. On again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Through the windows today you can see some more buildings, but only a bit of them first of all. See if you can guess what buildings they are. Have a look through